eyes, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make your own leaderboard in Roblox. So all you need to do is open up anything, even if you have a pre-made game, go ahead, open it up, whatever game you want. So first of all, I'm just going to make this to play here. You're going to want to go into server script service and click the plus when you hover over it and click script. Now, if you have a team test on, make sure you go over into view. And oh yeah, and by the way, if you're having trouble finding any of these things, just go and on into here, click at the top view and click whatever you need. And just in case if you have uh just in case if you have team test on, you can find somewhere the drafts and it should pop up right here. Make sure you just right click it and press commit draft. So yeah, just to make it organized, I'm going to make this be called leader board. You can be called whatever you want, it doesn't matter. So first of all, this is not going to save, by the way, so just saying that if you want it to save, go find a different tutorial. I do not have the saving the stuff, so yeah. So first you want to type in game dot player dot players dot player added connect function, and you're going to want to connect to a function, then do a bracket, and then get out of the brackets and write and drop 2 lines. If you want to drop 2 lines, just press enter and then type in here player in this, because we are going to need the parameter player instead of just defining everything. So you're going to want to drop another line, press tab. Do not do these spaces. These spaces might in fact mess up your script. So you want to press tab. It should be right about where Q is, next to Q, if you have it. Next, you're going to want to write local, local, and then ls equals instance dot new, and ls is going to stand for leader stats in this case. So it's going to be instance dot new, parenthesis, and then thing, whatever this is called, quotation, and then folder, and then outside of the quotations write a comma, and then player, because you're putting it inside of the player. And as you can see, if we're hovering over right next to it, says instance dot instance new, so you're making an instance of something new, string value, which is what you are making. So it has to, since it's a string value, you need to put it in either quotations or whatever these two dot things are, and then comma instance parent. So instance is basically what you're creating, if you don't know that. And yeah, so we're going to add a name. So you're going to want to do ls.name equals and then here is the part. Oh wait, no, not yet. Make sure it's in lowercase l, lowercase e, a, d, s, t, a, t, s. If you do not spell it exactly like this, it will not show up, and it will only show up in your players, and only, unless if they have a mod, obviously, then only the server can view it, not the client. So yeah, now you want to drop another line, 2 lines actually, and then write local, and then currency equals instance dot new, and then if you're going to allow negative things, type in int value, which stands for integer, and an integer is just a number that is both positive and negative, but in this case it's only going to be a number value for me, and then comma ls, because you're putting it inside of the instance, which is folder. And next you will you'll want to type currency dot name equals, and then here is the only part where you change the script. You can make it money, you can make it coins, you can make this say cash. In this example, I'll just say cash, because yeah. And also, if you stay tuned if you want to make a shop with filtering enabled. Filtering enabled basically prevents hackers to stop from hacking your game by able to open up the player's part. So yeah, next you're going to want to drop a line, and if you here's the part where if you want, go by yourself and do there's second currency. Let's say you want a second currency, then type in local currency 2 equals instance.new, and then of course instance.new, and then of course integer value or number value. In this case, I'll do number value. And then you're going to want to type currency2 dot name equals, and then I'll just do points, I guess. I don't know. This by default will be 0, but if you're going to want to make it a starter cash value, then type in this currency dot value equals, and then the value. Sorry, don't put the quotations. I'll just make it 1,000 points, and then 1,000 coins, cash. Sorry, and then currency 2 dot value equals, and then sorry, don't put those there. I just have a habit of doing it, but maybe make your player have 10 points. It doesn't matter whatever you want. Keep on adding currencies if you want. It does not matter what you do. Now let's say you want to make it that people get the certain amount of things or currency every single second, or every single whatever's, every single second, every single whatever. So you get the point, right? Hopefully you do. I don't know if you do. Kind of hard to explain. That's the simplest you can do. But anyways, currency. Let's say you want to make your cash do your cash gain every 1 second, maybe 10 cash. You can also do this with your second currency or however many currencies you have. So yeah, you just want to type while wait, and then however long you want to wait. So I'm just gonna say wait 1, do, and then it will automatically drop a line and tab it for you. If it doesn't work for you and doesn't put an end, just write it in manually. But yeah, player dot currency. This is very important because or player dot leader stats. Sorry, dot currency, and this is important. You say player first and not just current. I don't actually. I think you can say currency. Yeah, I'll just type in currency dot value. We can see if it doesn't work later. But currency dot value equals currency dot value. Now, what is this? What is this saying? You might ask. I don't know if you are asking this, but what does this say? You might ask. Well, every 1 second, the currency value is going to equal the currency value. So let's say it's 10. Well, every second it's going to equal 10. If you gain it by 1 and you have 11, your thing is going to equal 11. Well, I'm going to give 10 cash per second, which means this is one number, this is not one number, sorry, this is an equation. The currency value is equal to the currency value plus 10. So now instead of 1,000, you're going to have 1,000, 1,010, 1,020, so on and so forth. If you want your points to increase while wait amount of seconds, sorry, do end, it's going to end again. And then currency 2 dot value equals currency, oops, sorry about that, currency 2 dot value plus however much. I'll just do maybe 1 this time. I'm sorry, 1 this time. So yeah, now that you are done, go ahead commit the script if you haven't already, or if you need to. Don't worry if you're developing this game by yourself. Don't worry about that part. Anyways, then you're just going to want to do X out of that. Now I'm going to press play, and let's look up in the right corner. I should have. Oh no. Probably because you have to enable API services, if I'm correct. So let me just go publish this game real quick and turn on API services. Hey guys, so it turns out I did not make this leader stats. Guys, make sure you type in leader, not lead stats. Leader stats. Just like that. Now, sorry guys, about that. Now, as you can see, every second I'm getting 10 cash, 1, 2, yeah, and I'm getting 10 points every time, every 10 seconds, right? Hold on, how long? While wait 1 do currency value, 2 dot value. Oh, I don't know why. Maybe because, yeah, I got an idea. Just copy this, sorry, about that. I will cut that. While you're at it, just cut it, and then drop a line, paste that. So now it should, yep, now you're gaining it every single second. So yeah, you can't actually make it two at the same time, so yeah. Now that's the leaderboard. What about the shop? So this is going to be a screen UI for the shop. So if you're trying to make a shop that pops up, sorry, but yeah, you're just gonna want to make a screen GUI and shop. I'm gonna rename it shop GUI, and then I'm gonna name this shop frame. Now make sure if you want this, because this is gonna be 100 by 100 on every single thing. So as you can see, that just got a lot bigger as we went to the iPhone. So I'm gonna go back to HD 1080, and you're gonna want to change the size. Now make the size maybe 0.5, 0, 0.5, 0. Now, as you can see, if I go over here, it's still the exact same size, except it's just smaller because it is, yeah. I'm going to also, and now, if you want, rescale it. Do not rescale it and then change the size, sorry, not skies. And just center that. I'm just going to center that. Change the color however you would like. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Make the transparency 0.5, 0.4. Yeah, that's good. And then maybe add a text button that now I will change the size of. Maybe make it 0.10, 0.10, and now we can resize it. Now, just resize it. I'm going to name this item 1. You can name it whatever you want. Just know that you're going to have to change the script. So make the text, item 1 or whatever you want. Maybe make a shop button as well while you're at it. Open shop, make the text say shop, and maybe change the font to a sci-fi. And now that you have this, insert in a local script. Now you might want to rename this just for organization. So I'm going to name this open script. Script dot parent dot mouse button one click connect function. And then the parameter thing, but we're not going to need any parameters for now. Now, it depends what kind. If you're going to have an X button, don't do this, but yeah. Script dot parent dot shop frame dot item one or no, just shop frame dot visible is equal to not script dot parent equals to not script dot parent dot shop frame dot visible. So now if we go ahead and try this out, if we just made it to true, then as you can see, this would not be able to work. You could only open it once and then you'd have to close it somewhere else. But in this case, it's changing the visibility to what this is not. So false, true, false, true. And we're just gonna pause that now. And that's the script for that. It's as simple as that, guys. Now, with filtering enabled, you're going to want to insert a new folder and call it events. Maybe you even want to call it shop events because you might have different folders for different things. Now, let's say buy item 1. So you're just going to want to rename this. So, yeah. Local script dot parent dot mouse button when you click connect function bracket end go 3 back drop the lines and then game dot replicated storage or actually yeah game replicated storage wait for child shop events dot buy item wait actually hold on dot shop events wait for child because you're gonna want to wait for it. You're gonna want to wait for it before you're going to fire it because it has to be there to fire something. So I'm gonna make this a local remote event equals and then we're gonna drop another line. Remote event fire server. Now do that. Now it will just fire server and then print just to debug this. And if it doesn't work, print fired. So now if we go on over to the play, click item 1, fired. Now, yeah. Now you're gonna want to go over to I think server script service and then add maybe another folder if you want. Shop handlers. Call it shop handlers and then script item 1. Rename it to the item you want it to be, and let's say you want a tool shop. Let's just make a sword. For example, a sword by Roblox. Put this into starter pack and then drag it on over to replicated storage. Now go close everything else and open up item 1. So you're going to want to type in game.replicatedStorage.shop.events.event by item 1 connects or not on server dot on maybe on server event connect to a function and then and not end and then tab that. Now you're going to want to type you also might want to head in before you do the scripting you might want to enter the text in and maybe do the price. Let's say it's for $100 cash. $100, 100 cash. Same thing, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, I'm gonna want player, type in player there. Wait, you don't need that. and then script, wait, game dot players dot local player dot leader stats dot cash dot value equals game dot players dot local player dot leader stats dot cash dot value minus, and then your price. And then next you're going to want to give them the item that they bought, because you don't want to just scam them, unless your game is about scamming people, but I think you could get banned for that. But replicated game.replicated storage dot sword, I think, sword, classic sword clone dot parent equals game dot players dot local player game dot players dot local player dot backpack. And then you're going to want to copy this line so you don't have to retype. Oops, sorry, cut it. Just gonna backspace that. And then you're going to want to change this part. This game dot start pack. Yeah, now if we want to go ahead and test this, everything's working. We have this, we can close and open it. And try to get a new value. Okay, while I go ahead and solve this problem, we'll just have a little intermission. Okay guys, so that was a quick solve. You also want to do this because before you do this, before you type everything else, you're gonna want to do this, and just you have to type in the parameter player. Sorry about that. So now I'm just gonna delete everything except fill this in with player dot leader stats, and then change game dot players. So replace game dot players dot local player with, and then player. So do that and that. Now you only have to type it once. I'm going to do that because, yeah. And also, you're going down here, you want to type if, because it's an if statement. If they don't have enough money, you cannot subtract the money from their balance. If player dot leader stats dot cash dot value is greater than or equal to and then the price 100. Then, and that's the end of that. Now you can type end here, and I think you just type else right there. No, you do not include the end. And then else, just print insufficient cash. Insufficient cash. If you want a warning message, let's just go ahead and get the size of this and copy this size and get a text label. Size first, and then that. And then you're going to want to maybe customize this however you would like. Change the text to insufficient funds. Text color is going to be red. No, I'm going to be 100% sure if this works, but yeah, visible off. and you're going to want to type in player GUI, player GUI, kind of same thing, dot shop GUI dot shop frame dot item or text label. You might even, if you're going to use different text labels, make sure you rename that or else it will not work. Dot visible equals true. And then you're going to want to wait a little bit so that that way they can read it. Maybe wait 1.5 player GUI dot shop GUI dot shop frame dot text label dot visible equals false. And now that is done. That should be it. If I'm right, yeah, it opens and closes, and there you go. Here is the sword that you have, and as you can see, it took away 100 cash from me every single time. I have 2 swords, so I can even take that out and take it out and put it in my backpack. And yeah, now that this video has worked for you, hopefully, if you followed every single instruction that I did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and make sure. And I also want to say, if something did not work for you, don't be afraid and just comment in the description, or not, sorry, comment in the comment section below what did not work and why. I'll try to reply to you. If I do not know the answer, I might not reply to you the way you want. And as you can see, everything works. I can click it. Maybe if it doesn't work, you might have to put it into your backpack and take it out. You might want to tell your players, let's say that I have insufficient funds. I'm just going to mow down here. Yep, insufficient funds. And insufficient funds right there. Insufficient funds, and also says it also says fired and insufficient funds. That's because you do not have enough money. Now, also, if you want to make it so that way you have enough, if you have enough, make this text label 2. Change the text to successfully purchased. Successfully purchased. And then, yeah, change the color and print let's say sword bought. Then type in player GUI dot shop. You know what? I'm just gonna copy this because I'm a little too lazy. And I cut it on accident. Great. There, and now we can say text label 2. It might look like text label 12, but trust me, it's label, the L's are, the lowercase L's looks like 1s. So if you click it, successfully purchased. There we go. And now it says insufficient funds because I do not have enough money. Now if I wait a little bit, successfully purchased. So guys, that was the tutorial for the shop and leader stats. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, turn on post notifications to make sure, of course, if you have a problem with any of these scripts, let me know which one you're having problems with. Not everything might work the first time, so yeah, just keep that in mind. Not everything works the first time. Jailbreak never worked the first time. Mad City did not work the first time. Nothing really works the first time, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.